The Benin Empire, a monument of African civilization and global greatness, in the heart of West Africa's forest region once stood one of the most brilliant civilizations the world has ever known, the Benin Empire. From the 13th to the 19th century, this empire grew into a center of political sophistication, artistic genius, spiritual depth, and cultural excellence. Long before colonial narratives distorted Africa's story, the story of Benin begins with the Edo people, who once lived under the rule of the Ogisos, a dynasty of ancient kings. Dissatisfied with their reign, the Edo sought guidance from Ile-Ife, the spiritual heart of the Yoruba world. They invited Prince Oranmiyan, a noble from Ife, to bring order and leadership. His son, Ewuare, became the first Oba, or king, of Benin, establishing a royal dynasty that would endure for centuries. This connection to Ife was more than a political alliance. It linked Benin to a wider African cultural and spiritual heritage, blending divine kinship with a strong sense of legitimacy and identity. Benin reached its greatest heights under Oba Ewuare the Great, who ruled from around 1440 to 1480. Ewuare transformed Benin into a powerful empire, expanding its territory from the Niger River Delta in the east to Lagos in the west. He restructured the kingdom's political system and strengthened its spiritual foundations. He also rebuilt the capital, Benin City, turning it into a marvel of urban planning, protected by an elaborate system of walls and moats known today as the Benin Moat, one of the largest man-made earthworks in history. Benin City became a center of order and ceremony, with wide streets, advanced drainage systems, administrative quarters, and palatial complexes that impressed visitors from far beyond its borders. No account of Benin's greatness is complete without its art. The empire's craftsmen, organized into respected guilds, produced extraordinary bronzes, ivories, and wooden sculptures. These works depicted kings, queens, warriors, diplomats, and deities with a level of naturalism and symbolism that was unmatched. The famed Benin bronzes, which once adorned the royal palace, remain among the most celebrated artistic legacies in human history. Looted during the British invasion of 1897, these masterpieces now sit in museums around the world, sparking ongoing conversations about restitution, justice, and cultural heritage. Benin's success was not only cultural, but also military and political. The Benin army was highly organized, with professional soldiers and palace guards dedicated to defending and expanding the empire. The Oba served as both spiritual leader and military commander, guiding campaigns and commanding respect as a semi-divine figure. Strategic diplomacy, fortified towns, and a strict judicial system created stability and centralized power. The Oba's authority was balanced by a council of chiefs and palace societies, creating a sophisticated system of checks and balances. Governance in Benin was not arbitrary, it was deeply structured, spiritual, and ceremonial. Rituals and festivals united the people, reinforcing loyalty through shared symbols and beliefs. By the 15th century, Benin had also become a global player. It engaged in trade and diplomacy with European powers, particularly Portugal and the Netherlands. Benin exported ivory, pepper, palm oil, art, and slaves, while maintaining diplomatic missions and exchanging letters with European courts. This mutual recognition confirmed Benin's place as a sovereign and respected state in the global order. Despite the painful history of the transatlantic slave trade, Benin's diplomatic skill and strategic economic positioning allowed it to remain powerful and independent for centuries. But by the 18th and 19th centuries, internal succession disputes and the decline of the slave trade weakened the empire. In 1897, the British Empire launched a punitive expedition, sacked Benin City, burned the royal palace, and looted its treasures. The empire was absorbed into British Nigeria, and its political power came to an end, yet Benin's legacy endured. Today, the Oba of Benin remains a respected traditional authority in Benin City. Though his role is now symbolic, the spiritual and cultural significance of the monarchy remains undiminished. The Edo people continue to honor the traditions of their ancestors, and the Benin Kingdom lives on, not as a relic of the past, but as a source of identity, pride, and continuity. The story of Benin is not one of a fallen kingdom. It is the story of African excellence, a blueprint of advanced governance, creative genius, and global respect. It shows how Africans built cities, conducted diplomacy, cultivated spirituality, and shaped the world long before colonial powers arrived. Benin is not merely a chapter in African history. It is a monument to what Africa has always been, a continent of greatness, Long live the legacy of the Benin Empire, pride of Africa, heritage of the world.